can't believe this shit. We almost sold 2 tons of crack pot to a couple of cops.
Better waste these chicks and get the hell out of here, Helix.
Don't do anything stupid, Helix. This place will be surrounded by cops in 2 minutes.
I might be more scared if you hadn't said that 20 minutes ago. You chicks don't scare me. You're looking at the new king of Circle City.
Here we go again.
I'm gonna turn this town into my own little personal PlayStation.
You're delusional, Trevor.
Ah, you almost got me with that. You're a saucy little wench, aren't you? Detective Madigan. Strummer, take that bitch's boots off.
We do not have time for this shit, Helix.
Do it!
What are you doing, Helix?
Just a little something I learned from an old Mike Hammer comic strip.
Oh shit, it's Butch Black.
The M.E.A.N. What's that stand for, anyway?
It means don't move, jackass.
I've got enough handcuffs for everybody in the room.
You've got a lot of nerve. We've got you outnumbered and outgunned. You can't shoot us all.
Don't count on it. I got enough bullets for everybody in the room.
Where's that black buck?
Give it up, Butch. You and I both know that that gun's not loaded. The great Butch Black. You really think you're hot shit. Well, I'm here to tell you you ain't shit.
Is that your way of saying you think I'm hot?
Alright, wise guy, let's see how funny you are after I blow off your funny bone.
You alright over there, Leland? What are you doing?
I'm getting my gun back.
Oh, I think I get my gun back from Helix.
How bad is it, Butch?
Well, you're spitting up blood. It's never a good sign.
What's this?
Open it.
A bonus. It's not even Kwanzaa.
It's not a bonus. It's severance pay. You know, it's money you get when you get fired.
Fired? What you talking about, Dallas?
Your little manslaughter incorporated. Boss says you're finished.
Well, what about us?
What about us? What do you mean, what about us? Jeez, you're starting to sound like a fag.
So why do I have to be a fag all of a sudden?
'Cause you're a homo.
So what's with the kiss-off? Did he make us for the robberies?
No, it's not like that. It's simple economics. I mean, the legitimate businesses are making more money than the hits and the whores. Boss feels like it's, time to pull out.
A mob with no hitman? What kind of candy-ass mafia are we talking about?
Take the rent-to-own operations, and we can make $4,000 to $5,000 a year off a $200 couch from Value City. Some of those crackheads, they'll pay more for a color TV than they will for the fucking house they live in. Same with the check cashing operation. It's like cash money in the bank. I mean, hell, even the money we stole is insured. Let's face it, Bo, people just aren't buying professional hits like they used to. I mean, hell, everybody and his mother thinks he's a hitman nowadays. Quick trip to the pawn shop, bingo! It's Day of the Jackal. The days of whores and hitmen, they're over.
So he's shutting down the prostitution ring too, huh?
No, just the hit squad. I just said that about the whores to make you feel better.
So what about the crackpot deal? We still on?
You don't have to worry about a thing, Bo. The deal's going down tomorrow night. This plan is falling together like a two-piece jigsaw puzzle. Hey, Bo, I almost forgot.
What?
You're supposed to split that loot with your brother.
I'm gonna pretend you didn't say that.
Butch, this is Gaylord Pontiac with the Circle City Check Cashing Company. I've got some fabulous news, just fabulous.
I could use some fabulous news about right now, Gaylord. Lay it on me.
Those robbers, they struck again. They robbed a second check cashing store, just like you said they would. And we've got the whole thing on videotape. The lookout man, the driver, everybody. Everybody. We even got them ripping out the decoy camera, just like you said they would. I called police force. They told me you'd been suspended.
So what you call me for?
I just figured you for the kind of man that'd like to see things through. That's all. Besides, have you forgotten about the reward, Mr. Black? Well, I'm going to see that you get it. Every penny. Come to my home directly, old chum, and we'll tell our story to the police.
All right, Pontiac. I'll be there in about a half hour.
Gaylord!
What's the story here, Smarty?
Hey, you can't smoke in here. You'll contaminate the crime scene, you idiot.
better put these on.
You might want to give him a hairnet, too.
A hairnet? I don't need a hairnet for. You're not wearing one.
I'm wearing a ponytail.
Jeez. Somebody please bring me up to speed.
The victim was shot in the throat at close range. He may have known or trusted the shooter because there's no sign of a struggle or forced entry.
Looks like a professional hit to me.
I don't think so. Look at these blood sprays on the wall here, and then again over here. The pattern indicates there was a much bigger spray, most of which probably landed on the shooter. The guy probably left here looking like a plate of spaghetti. Strictly amateur night.
So you think he was shot last night?
No, I'd say within the last 2 hours. He's still pretty warm.
Where's Butch?
He's out in the patio.
Butch, what the hell are you doing here? This doesn't look good.
Pontiac said he had something to tell me about the check cashing robberies. But by the time I got here, he was already dead.
The check cashing robberies? That's police business, Butch. You're not a cop anymore. You get cops killed, remember?
Parker, did you learn everything you know about being a cop from going to police academy or from watching police academy? Their cover was blown. The whole operation was compromised. I told police force, but they didn't do shit about it. Police force got those cops killed, Doc, not me.
Did you expect police force to blow a 19-month vice investigation on the word of some junkie informant of yours? Get serious, Butch.
You know what really pisses me off, Parker? The LT and those monkeys at the brass make themselves out like they're these tactical geniuses for seizing those 2 tons of crackpot. Then try to put the blame on me for getting those cops killed.
Try nothing. Do yourself a favor, Butch. Stay out of the Pontiac case. Seeing how you're already on suspension, the LT doesn't want you within 1,000,000 miles of this one. And don't think about leaving town either.
It's going to be pretty hard to stay 1,000,000 miles away without leaving town.
It's a matter of speaking, you idiot.
I think it's a manner.
I don't care how polite you are. You better stay out of this one, Butch. For your own good.
So what are we supposed to do now? I'm fucking broke! I don't know what to tell you, Brad. We'll just have to wait for the crackpot deal to go down. Then we'll be rolling in the dough. Just wait.
We whacked a lot of guys for Boss Boy.
Tortured a lot of guys, too. And he fires us just like that? No severance pay, no nothing? I'm just as shocked about that as you are. It's Dallas. Toss me the phone.
I've got a job for you and your brother.
What are you talking about? You just fired us a few hours ago.
Yeah, well, I think you've learned your lesson. Now listen up. I could use some muscle.
Now who sounds like a homo?
You do. You guys up for it or what?
Butch Black. Just be here tomorrow morning, alright?
Yeah, you got it, Dallas.
Are those headaches still bothering you?
Yeah, it feels like somebody's kicking the side of my skull in.
You really should see a doctor about that.
I did.
I mean a real doctor, not Hack Adams.
Hey, don't worry about that. Well, where were we?
We were about to settle up.
Settle up? Don't you mean saddle up? As in ride 'em cowboy?
Sorry, Dallas. No more free rides. Boyd cut all the girls loose this afternoon. So that means no more fellatio pro bono for you and your crew. And that goes for those creepy little pipe cleaner hitmen, too.
The days of whores and hitmen, they are over.
What have I told you kids about stealing clothes out of the Salvation Army box?
Look at this dump! This must be the smallest, shittiest apartment I've ever seen in my life. How do you live like this?
I don't know. Small.
but it's cramped. So you're the great Butch Black. What's that they used to call you? The chocolate wonder? Chocolate champion?
The Mean Man. That's it. The Mean Man. What does that stand for?
I tell you, but I don't think you're going to be conscious long enough to remember it.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, I haven't even gotten to the punchline yet.
Enough with the stand-up, Flatfoot. The boss wants to see you.
Why don't you just tell him what I'm wearing instead?
Look, Butch, we can do this the easy way or my way.
Why don't you break down those options for me, Dallas?
You come along real peaceful-like, or I'm going to put a lump on your head. And my friend over here is going to supersize it. Now I'm going to count to 3.
Dallas, you couldn't count to 3 if I started you off at 2. If you got some business with me, why don't we go in and talk about it over a cup of coffee? Like men. What do you say, Flatbush? Let's go in and talk about this over a cup of joe. We ain't going anywhere. No problem. You can have this one to go.
Ah! See that? I ain't wish you with a cup of coffee.
No, la balls, Butch. Big black bowling balls. But you and I both know a cup's not loaded.
Fucking A, that shit was hot. Fucking McDonald's hot.
Look, Dallas, why don't you run along and tell your boss if he wants to see me, we'll have to send better goons and a bigger car.
That car's big enough for you and your ego.
You know, this mug is really a lot bigger than it looks.
Hey, I didn't tell Dallas to kidnap anybody. I just told him to tell you that I wanted to talk to you. And I don't know what he's doing with those Rialto brothers. I told him to fire those idiots. You know, the funny thing about those Rialto brothers is they're not really even brothers. People just call them that because they live in some abandoned apartment above the old Rialto Theater.
Oh, that's fascinating.
Got a little job for you, Butch. I'll make it worth your while. I want you to find out who killed Gaylord Pontiac.
You'll have to call police force on that one. Doc Parker's working the Pontiac case and the check cashing robberies.
Hey, that doesn't matter. Gaylord trusted you. He said you were a hell of a cop.
So what's the connection between you and Gaylord?
We used to run the streets together when we were kids. Hell, we even went to reform school together. Then he ended up going to college, getting married, and then went upstate to start some little accounting firm. Then he got divorced and lost everything. After that, he decided to move back here, start all over again. That's when we decided to go into business together.
So the check cashing operation is just a front for your crooked operations, huh?
Well, that's why I originally got into it. That and the rent-to-own business. But you wouldn't believe the money we're making off this stuff. The dope, the gambling, the whores, all that's nothing compared to the check cashing and rent-to-own stuff.
That's a real heartwarming story there, boy. But I really don't know what this has to do with me.
Well, Butch Black might not be interested. But Commodore Whitney Brown might want to play along. That's right, Commodore. I know all about your little brush with the law 15 years ago. The jewel hikes, the cop killing. Your life's like an open book to me, Butch. Best thing I've read since the Victoria's Secret catalog.
So how'd you get it?
I signed up on the mailing list at the mall.
No, I mean the file.
You know, I knew someday a super cop like you would get in my way, so I hired a private investigator years ago to check you out. It took him a while, but he did alright.
So why don't you just hire this private eye to check out the Pontiac situation?
Well, we had a little dispute over his fee. Well, I don't think we're going to be working together anytime soon. So what do you say, Butch? Do we have a deal? Or should I share your little secret with police force?
You said you'd make it worth my while.
That's right. I'm not going to turn you in. That should make it worth your while. You didn't actually think I was going to give you any money, did you?
That would have been downright silly. I didn't know if your husband would have told you about me.
He did, Mr. Black.
Please, call me Butch.
Butch? I think I'll stick with Mr. Black. So what do you want? I'm really not in the mood for any more questions.
This shouldn't take long. I'm looking for a videotape Gaylord wanted me to see.
What's on it?
Maybe the check cashing robbery from the other night. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
Did Parker or any of the other cops in the case ask you about it?
No, but if there were such a tape, I'm sure they would have found it. They searched the house from top to bottom.
So where were you yesterday morning?
Wait a minute, Buster.
Butch.
You're not a cop anymore. You can't just barge in here asking questions.
I didn't barge.
Oh, you were barging, all right.
You want barging? I'll show you barging.
I'm calling police force.
Mrs. Pontiac, put that phone down.
Hello, police force? Oh, I'm fine. May I please speak to
Give
Detective
me that.
Parker? What are you doing?
Trying to find out who killed your husband. I found this the other day. What is it?
You could have at least unfolded it.
I'm sorry, I'm in a hurry.
It's a flyer.
I know it's a flyer, but I know Gaylord never kept up with the local grindcore scene either.
It's Harry.
Who's Harry?
Gaylord's son, from his first marriage. He came over last weekend wanting to borrow some money. Again. They got into a big argument about it. Actually, Harry did most of the arguing. I don't remember the whole thing, but I remember him yelling something about $2,500.
It's a lot of dough. What do you need it for?
I don't know. Probably something for one of those lame local bands. Gaylord always told Harry the music business was too risky, but Harry couldn't hear for all the stars in his eyes. Figured he'd hit it big someday. You know, discover the next big thing or something. You don't think Harry had anything to do with this, do you?
I don't know. Does he have a business card?
So, you're trying to find out who killed my father. I thought you got kicked off police force.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't understand.
It means you're correct.
No, I mean, I don't understand why you're investigating. Why don't you just let the cops handle it?
You know, I figured you might actually want your father's killer caught. Or maybe I figured wrong. What happened to your hand?
An accident. Well, more like a misunderstanding.
Like a $2,500 misunderstanding? I heard about the fight you had with your dad over $2,500. Sounds like you were needing it pretty bad. So who'd you owe it to? Who'd you owe it to?
Benny Frade. He owns the Haymaker Bar and Grill. I put on a rock show there a couple weeks back, but we didn't make enough money at the door to cover the rent on the club. So Benny's goons worked me over. They said they'd break one of my hands for every day I was late paying the money back.
Looks like one more day and you'd have been running out of hands.
I asked my dad for the money, and he gave it to me. We didn't fight about it. I mean, he was kind of pissed about the whole thing, but he still gave me the money. I didn't kill him.
Nobody said you did, kid. You take care of that hand.
Lady Pontiac called police force this afternoon. Told the LT everything about your little chat this morning. The dude blew his fucking cap.
You better keep your ass out of this shit, Butch. If it wasn't for me, you'd be getting cornholed up at county right about now.
Don't do me any favors. I like corn.
The LT thinks you know something about those check cashing robberies.
Like what?
Like maybe you were in on them. Like maybe you and Pontiac were in on them together. Then he gets cold feet. Thinks he can get them all warm and toasty by putting the heat on you.
That's pretty weak.
That's what I think. But I'm about the only one on the force who'll even listen to you, Butch. I'm about the only person you can trust right now. Just give me something to go on. What'd you get out of Pontiac's old lady?
They're running around. And a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, she's a little crack whore. Used to fuck Benny Frade. Squirty looking little bastard. Now what's this I hear about a videotape of the check cashing robbery?
I never seen it. Don't suppose you know anything about it, do you?
Don't suppose. But believe this, Butch. You better stay out of the Pontiac case, or you're gonna wind up getting shot.
Looks like trouble for Dallas in Circle City today. Duke Dallas, often referred to as the Frank Nitti of Circle City because of his alleged ties to reputed mob boss Nathan Boss Boyd, was arrested today by police force officers following a bizarre dispute involving a local prostitute and a burning car. According to witnesses, the mob underboss and the pretty whore were engaged in a heated argument over payment for services rendered. Minutes later, a car registered to Duke Dallas Enterprises was engulfed in flames. Police authorities believe the hot young working girl may have set the car ablaze as a form of retaliation to being stiffed. On the bill.
I don't give a shit. I'll torch your car too, you stupid mother...
Circle City Fire Force contained the blaze. No one was injured. Both Dallas and the hooker were taken into police force custody.
What are you doing back here?
I'm alright, I'm just looking for a little shrimp.
The kitchen's closed.
That's okay. The little shrimp I'm looking for goes by the name Benny Frey. You cats ought to let me know where he is before I have to turn you into leftovers.
Looks like your mouth's writing checks that your ass can't cash.
Maybe that's because my ass isn't a bank.
Going on out here? Jesus Christ. What a tragic waste of flesh and human energy. You two go get yourselves cleaned up. Fucking pansies. Like meat on a fucking stick. You really know your way around the kitchen. You know, I could use a guy like you by my side.
Sorry, Benny, I'm seeing someone.
You know, the way I hear it, the police force has put you on permanent vacation ever since that little bloodbath at the bingo ballroom. And that sort of stuff doesn't look good on your resume. Now me, I don't mind that sort of thing. Hell, you can work for me tonight.
What, so you can have me breaking hands like you did Harry Pontiac?
Hey, that was a little accident. Well, more like a misunderstanding. You see, Harry owed me $1,000 from some shitty little gig he played here a couple of weeks back. But then he says he doesn't have the money. After a little chat with the cutting board and the freezer door, he tells me it's all some big misunderstanding and he's gonna have his debt paid within 24 hours. And he did. Now I just told this all to Lady Pontiac not less than an hour ago. And then I had to kick her drunk ass out. You know, she's scaring off some of my scariest customers.
I thought you and Lady Pontiac were real cozy.
Well, yeah, I fucked her, but come on, man. That was a long time ago. Back when I wore a younger man's clothes. And way before she ever married Gaylord Pontiac.
So how come you two broke up?
She started seeing Boss Boy. And he was crazy about the chick. I can't tell you how many guys he had whacked just for looking at the broad. Now that kind of trouble I do not need. I can't run this club from a fucking casket.
Benny, they need you at the ticket office.
Man, see what I mean? Hey look, why don't you stick around for a little while? I'll run you up a tab and you can think about how you might fit into my operation.
If you don't get your hand off my shoulder, you're gonna be needing an operation.
Want me to take care of him, boss?
Shut the fuck up.
Duke Dallas, the Frank Nitty of Circle City. How about you're needy this time, shitty, and over what, a piece of ass?
Don't get used to seeing this pretty face for long around here, Flatfoot. I'll beat this rap in no time. I'll be out of here before your next donut break.
That's right, keep cracking wines here, pretty boy Floyd. Judge already left for tonight. You won't be making bail till tomorrow morning. Lucky for you, it's popcorn night tonight.
We're supposed to do the deal tonight. Tell your people we'll have to do it tomorrow night. I'll let you know the time and the place.
Are you freaking nuts? You don't set the rules with these people, and they don't like being stood up. These ain't the kind of people you jerk around. They'll kill you and me, dude. Let me do the deal. Hell, I set this thing up. I don't know, Doc. You're about to fuck up a perfect deal. For a measly $1 million, $1 million that we stole from your boss anyhow, we can buy $30 million of grade A crackpot. Crackpot, man. That's just the future of organized crime. Crackpot turns kids into killers, housewives into whores, and husbands into habitual offenders. And then they thank you for getting them hooked on this shit. Look, let's face the facts. I'm a cop. I can't get caught holding this shit. And the people holding the load are a lot further up the chain than me. Hell, you saw the shit on the news. What'd they report on what was seized and destroyed? Over 2 tons. Over 2 tons, and they never burned a single ounce. Now you tell me, what are a bunch of cops gonna do with 2 tons of crackpot? You can't move that shit without you. You've already got the perfect distribution system up and running. We can't lose on this deal, dude. Everybody wins, only we win bigger.
We'll have to do the deal with Bull Rialto. He'll handle the cash. You've got his beeper number. Now, what's the situation with this Butch Black character? He met the boss today. My guess is that he's investigating the Pontiac murder.
You ain't gotta worry about that black bastard. I planted the murder weapon at his place. He's just an anonymous phone call away from a date with the gas chamber.
Good. So, what about some of that popcorn you were talking of?
Sure thing, dude. So Bo knows where the money is?
Bo knows.
So what do I need you for? Dumb son of a bitch, you just ruined my shoes.
How about a drink, Detective? You look like you could use one.
What would I use it for?
You're not on duty. You're not even a cop.
You're wasted. Probably still buzzed from last night. Yeah, that's right. I heard about your little appearance at the Haymaker last night. I even had a little chat with your boyfriend, Benny Frade.
Benny Frade? He's not my boyfriend.
Yes, he is.
We used to run around together, but that was years ago. That's ancient history.
So what you want him for last night? You guys got a midterm coming up or something?
He broke Harry's hand. That's not right. He shouldn't have done that.
Why didn't you just let your boyfriend, Boss Boyd, take care of him?
Boss Boyd? He's not my boyfriend.
Yes, he is.
This is ridiculous. What are you getting at?
Benny says you used to be Boss Boyd's #1 girl. Said he'd kill anybody who even thought about thinking about you. Then Gaylord comes to town, and Boyd backs off. Why? Boyd says him and Gaylord were friends from way back, but from the way I see it, Boyd's no kind of friend to have in the first place. No, Boyd let Gaylord have you, so that Gaylord would help Boyd straighten out his crooked operations. But the thought of you and Gaylord together, Boyd couldn't stand it. Was killing him, eating at him, gnawing at him, like a live rat in a bum's belly.
I'd have to say that is the most boring story I've heard since the noon news. Is that what you came here to tell me?
Where were you the morning your husband was killed? Where were you?
There you go again. Barging.
All right, I'll let you sleep it off this time. But I'll be back with the cops to take you in for questioning.
I'll save you the trouble. I'll call them for you.
Tell them to meet me at Boss Boyd's place.
I'm calling police force.
That's the craziest thing I ever heard. If I killed Gaylord, then why would I hire you to find his killer? It didn't make any sense.
You killed Gaylord so you could get next to his wife. I know all about you two. Wouldn't be surprised if she was in on it too.
You're nuts.
Good evening, I'm Piff Bannister. Mandy Spencer is on vacation. Circle City Police Force officials have just announced a break in the Gaylord Pontiac murder case. We're going to take you live to Detective Michael Parker of Police Force, who has just started a press conference.
You see that?
Working from an anonymous tip, police force has just recovered the weapon used to kill Gaylord Pontiac. It was recovered from the home of former police detective Butch Black.
What?
And from the very same location, we also found a pair of ugly-ass shoes. Right now, police force is on his trail. We should have Mr. Black or Butch Black in custody before nightfall. I'll be glad to answer any questions at this time. Peter?
I've got a few questions.
You son of a bitch, you set me up!
I didn't set you up. I don't know what's going on.
Shit. Is there a back way out of here?
Yeah, through the back.
You know what I'm gonna do once that crackpot money starts rolling in?
I know. You're gonna buy a big house with a 50-acre lawn. That's all you've been loudmouthing about for the last 20 minutes.
Look, man, all I'm saying is, I'm about to get paid. What are you gonna do with your share of the take?
Buy back my old man's pig farm, then wipe some of this city filth off of me.
At a pig farm.
So when's Duke getting out of jail?
My guess probably tomorrow.
You couldn't get him out tonight?
No dice. I did everything I possibly could. I mean, I really put my foot down.
You know, I wouldn't trust you for a second if you hadn't helped us out with those check cashing jobs.
I never helped you get a job. And don't be putting my name down on any applications either.
I was talking about the robberies.
Oh, yeah.
I still don't feel right about this. Should have brought Brett along.
I told you, there's no way we're riding 3 dudes in the front seat. You see I'm carrying around everything I own in my back seat. Just got evicted from my apartment. Hell, I gotta go door to door just to take a frickin' dump. Look, Bo, I need this deal. I need that 50-acre lawn. Now, come on, man. Let's go get the money. Let's do this.
I'll get it. You wait here.
Sure, Bo. I'll be right here waiting, just kicking it.
Yeah. Brett, it's Dallas.
Where you at?
I don't know. Some hospital. There's a cop outside my door. Where's Bo?
You went with Parker. They're doing the crackpot deal.
Oh, no.
What's wrong?
Parker's trying to cut us out of the crackpot deal. He tried to kill me. I mean, he stomped the shit out of me. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't break his foot in the process.
Well, maybe he's in the hospital too.
Brett, Parker's gonna kill your brother. You gotta stop him.
I'm on it.
Hey, Brett.
Yeah.
Did your brother ever split that money I gave him with you?
What money?
I told you to stay here.
Man, I want to see the shit.
Don't worry about it. It's all right here.
Look, Bo. I don't want to get out there with a suitcase full of aqua velva and a suit that looks exactly like the one you've got on. Damn. Oh, that's from the check cashing robberies?
That's it.
Damn.
Better get going.
Let's go put that in the trunk.
You've got room in your trunk?
Room enough for you.
How do you want it? In the head? In the heart? Or in the nuts?
Not the nuts. Definitely not the nuts.
Welcome back to the land of the living. How'd you lay it out on the bridge last night? Thought you were one of the neighborhood drunks until I noticed a couple holes in your chest. You'll be alright. Those bullets tore right through you and went right about their business. Need a drink?
No thanks. It's old Hack Adams, the criminal doc.
You're the wanted man, Butch. TV says you killed that check cashing guy.
That's bullshit. I didn't kill anybody. Well, I didn't kill him anyway.
So, who shot you up?
A couple of Circle City's finest.
Well, the cops have been keeping me pretty busy all night.
What are you talking about?
Well, Brett Rialto dragged his brother in here last night. They were both shot up pretty bad. Matter of fact, Bo was already dead when they got here. Brett said they got double-crossed by some cop named Parker.
Parker?
Said he cut him out of some kind of deal. Sounds like they're into something pretty big.
Where is he? Where's Brett Rialto?
He didn't make it. I had to bury the both of them.
Hey, isn't that the Rialto's Camaro out there?
Yeah, I better move it. I'll be right back.
Wait a minute. We're gonna trap us a rat, Hack. A rat with a badge.
You know, your hands are pretty soft for a cop.
You should feel my trigger finger. I want you to tell every bartender, shopkeeper, and street sweeper that you fixed up the Rialto brothers and that they're still alive and that they're still here. And once Parker gets word, he's gonna come creeping down that alley, and that's when I'm gonna catch his crooked ass. Now don't fuck this up! Forget about it, Doc. Next time you kill somebody, you'll be in prison.
Butch. You're wanted for murder. Now give me that gun before I have to bitch slap your black ass.
Gaylord called me the morning he was murdered. He told me he called police for us. You took that call, Doc. And then you killed him so you could get your hands on that videotape of the check cashing robbery. You had to cover it up because you were in on it.
Wrong. You killed Gaylord Pontiac. I found the murder weapon at your place.
You planted the murder weapon at my place. When you came over to take a dump. Still can't fucking breathe over there.
Well, maybe if you open a window every once in a while.
Don't you worry about my windows. You just worry about tossing those salads behind bars. You want your gun? You want this? Huh? Damn, his ass didn't even fall down the stairs.
I wasn't gonna let him get away with killing Gaylord. I'm gonna call police force.
What are you gonna tell them?
That Boyd and his thugs killed Gaylord, and I shot Boyd. I suppose that should clear your name from all of this. Hello, police force? Hello, police force?
You planted the murder weapon at my place. You came over to take a dump. Still can't fucking breathe over there.
Crackpot turns kids into killers, housewives into whores, and husbands into habitual offenders.
The days of whores and hitmen, they're over.
Gaylord always told Harry the music business was too risky, but Harry couldn't hear for all the stars in his eyes.
Your life's like an open book to me, Butch. Best thing I've read since the Victoria's Secret catalog.
And he fires us just like that? No severance pay, no nothing? I'm just as shocked about that as you are. Buy back my old man. Oh, you're gonna pay me the line, aren't you?
What are you gonna do with your share of the take?
Buy back my old man's pig farm.
There you go again. Barging.
Again, just a little bit more fluid with the hands.
I like that being just
It is goofy, I know.
It's gonna be really goofy. Why do I always get the goofy?
It's a good shot. Trust me. Trust me on this one. It'll make you famous. Go for the light.
Dean. Colt 45?
Hey, don't hate me, just hate the money I made.
Bye.